Hey everybody, Brannon Beliso here. Happy Friday. So I want to ask you a question, and as you're coming aboard, I want you to type it in there for me, okay? Do you trust me? I want to know, do you trust me? Very, very important question. Do you trust me? I want to say it again. Do you trust me? Type it in there. Type it in there. Do you trust me? Hey, Jeff, what's happening, sir? Happy holidays. Or can I say Merry Christmas to you? Jeff, good man. So I'm asking the question, do you trust me? I want to know. Chris, thank you, sir. Do you trust me? Everybody that's known me in the industry, that has worked with me for years and years, well, not years and years, the past 5 to 7 years, everybody who's on there right now, I ask that question, do you trust me? Merry Christmas, Jeff. Thank you, Eric. That's 2 yeses. 2 people trust me. Do you trust me? Billy, what's up, Billy, sir? So that's the big question. Do you trust me? And I'm saying it because I'm waiting for everybody to get on the line. Do you trust me? I want to know. I can see people tuning into this later on going, what is this guy talking about? Over and over. Do you trust me? Come on, type it in there. I want to know, have I earned your trust? Have I earned it? And if I have, put your John Hancock on that. Thank you, Billy, sir. Who else? Who else out there trusts me? Who trusts me? I ask that question. Do you trust me? Thank you, Sebastian, sir. Now, I say that because we know in our industry, when it comes to consultants, when it comes to these marketing companies, trust is something that, we're probably tread on very thin ice. And I recognize that because historically in our industry, like any other industry, most of them do not deliver on their promises. I get that. And I don't know if it's because the clients don't follow through and do the work. I don't know if it's because the material is outdated. Who knows? That part is irrelevant. What I really, really want to share about that is being on this side, it is so, so hard to earn your trust. It's very hard. So easy to lose it, right? In a heartbeat, any relationship. So Roland Osborne once said to me, if somebody likes you, they'll be your friend. But if they trust you, they will do business with you. And I think about it, how long did it take me to earn your trust? Was it the first video? Was it the first article? Was it the first time you heard me speak at maybe the Super Show? How long did it take? How many different experiences did you have with me before you actually said, oh, this guy's all right. I trust him. Think about that for a moment. What would you say? 3, 4? Somebody type it in there. What do you think? 3 experiences? 4 experiences? What do you think? How many times did you engage with me, whether it's watching a video, sending me a personal message at Facebook, seeing me speak at a convention? How many times did we interact before you actually decided, I trust this man? Go ahead. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Because this data is important. This data is very important. And I think you see where I'm going with this. How many times did we interact before you actually made the decision that you trusted me? Anybody? Come on. How many times did you and I interact before you actually decided you trusted me? Merry Christmas, just finished shoveling snow. Yes, I trust you. Thank you, Jeff. 3 or 4, then meeting you. Okay, so there's some data. Jeff had read something I wrote, maybe listened to me speak, hit me at Facebook. So 3 or 4, then we met. Okay, so I think that's some data we have, and it's close to the data that's out there. That's why 99% of the people who come to your website are not ready to buy. 99. And I'm experiencing this right now as I'm buying a new car for my wife. The typical used car salesman tactics that are out there. Since 2010, Chris. Wow. Took me 7 years to earn your trust, Chris. 7 years? So the first thing I did, I went in this dealership. The guy comes back to me. Remember, I've done my homework. I know there's at least 24 of these cars available in the state of California. So first thing this guy says to me is, there's only 4 of them in all of California. Super Show. Chris said he saw me at the Super Show 2010. Okay, so there's only 4 of these cars in the whole state of California, and we must act now. 2 tactics: scarcity and the urgency to act now. All right? Then the third thing he did is he made me sit there for like 30 minutes while he said he's talking to his guy in LA and getting all his information. I looked over, he was sitting there. He was just sitting there at his computer talking to other salesmen. So I'm going, okay. So again, making you wait. Making you wait is another tactic that these car salesmen will use, to instill that sense of, wow, this guy's really busy. He's really valuable. I better use this time wisely. Look how long he has to make me wait. They're all salesman tactics. And they're all bullying tactics. And they're all, I'm in control of the sale. I'm going to get you to buy it because I have all this data, all these different sales techniques in my back pocket. I'm going to use them. That does not build trust. You agree? That does not build trust. So I'm going to say the same thing in our business, whether it's an email you send somebody, whether it's a phone call that you offer them, whether it's the first time they walk through your door. What have we learned? Number 1, don't make them wait. Don't make them wait. Number 2, be honest. Number 3, throw out all the phone scripts. Throw out all of that stuff. Throw it all out. Because if somebody's going to trust you, they don't trust you based upon data. They trust you based upon an emotional heart level. Trust is not intellectual. Trust is at a heart level. Do you agree? Who agrees with me on that? Trust is something we earn at a heart level, not at a data level. I'm studying all this stuff about websites, and I'm really ramped up my learning. You use blue. Make sure it's no more than the contents at 900 pixels wide. Now today the big thing is to use Arial font, right? And do a header that's 36 points, use Tahoma font, and the band played on. All those things are there because there is no trust. So they're using every psychological angle that's out there to make you feel warm and fuzzy, engaged, familiar, whatever it takes to get you to move to that next level. Then again, as I shared yesterday, go to zenhabits.net. It's a black and white website. It's a blog. It looks really boring, breaks every rule that's out there. And he's got 20 million people, log on, view him, read his blogs. 20 million a month. 20 million was the data that they offered. That's insane. Do you know why? People trust him. I don't have the slick, glammed up Facebook Live videos. I don't do 3 posts a week strategically at this time of the day when everybody's online. I do it when I'm at a heart level and I'm inspired. That's what I do. Some people watch it now, some people will watch it later. So I really understand that. And everything you do should center around one thing and one thing only, whether it's your personal relationship, business relationships, with your students, with the parents. Do you trust me? And that's all you've got to say. And if they don't trust you, then you need to do everything you can to earn their trust. Because they can spend their money anywhere. Do we agree? They really can. I was looking at today, I was talking to my cousin. We're going to do $1.7 million this year. But we've had $22,000 in refunds between the 2 locations. And we do things like you can buy 10 weeks of camp, whatever you don't use, we'll refund back to you. So that added to it. but I saw the #1 camp in San Francisco. #1, the most booked, everybody loves. That's how this guy rolls. And I think that's badass. To say, hey, it's October, you get a discount, book all your weeks now, you don't have to choose them, and whatever you don't use, we'll refund them or credit them. How cool is that? I think that's super cool. Talk about added value. So I stepped up my game when it came to day camps. And then sometimes we'll accidentally double bill, accidentally they've quit, but we didn't stop their payment. We had one kid who never came back on, one kid, a handful, never came back at the end of the summer, and we automatically start billing them again. We make good on all that stuff, whether it's their fault or not. Another classic example of that, how often do you have a student show up to the wrong class? Well, we probably get it once or twice a week. And guess what we do? We serve them. If I've got that staff on that floor, we don't go, oh, you're in the wrong class. Here's your class schedule. Make sure you come to the right one. We go, oh, sorry. You're in the wrong class, but I'll tell you what I'm going to do. And you know how tickled pink parents are when we do that? When we do that, they look at us like, wow, these guys are amazing. Because most of the time, he's the only one in that class because he's in the wrong class. He gets assigned an instructor, and he's pretty much getting a mini private right there on the floor. That to me is over-servicing at the highest level. It just is. You can't say anything to that, right? So, do you trust me? And that's what I want you to ask of everybody you approach in your school, every parent, every student, everybody you interact with, business and otherwise. And it goes the other way around. Do you trust them? Do you trust them? Do you trust that person you're dealing with? Do you trust your consultant? Do you trust your janitor? Do you trust your bookkeeper? Do you trust your accountant? Do you trust your lawyer? Well, I don't have to trust them. They're recommended. They do good work, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I do. If my values don't align with you and I don't trust you, then it's probably not a good idea that you and I engage. You feel me? Hey, Skylar, what's happening? Jamie, Jill, Bill. Man, everybody's aboard. What, are you guys all rock stars? Nobody has to work today? Everybody's out there just being their own entrepreneur, critical thinkers, thought leaders, changing the world. I love it. I love it. So, do you trust me? And if you can tell me yes, then I'm a happy camper. If you tell me no, you don't trust me, then I need to know why you don't trust me. And I will do better because I want to earn your trust. I'm more than a consultant. I'm a martial arts school owner. I'm a martial artist. And I'm somebody who strives to be a better human being every day. As I add more zeros to my bank account, it's even more important to become more humble. It's even more important to become a better person. It's more important to become more service-based. It's more important to give back. It's more important. And my grandma taught me that. At an early age, she had a small coffee shop. And I tell this story. She didn't make a lot of money in there. And I used to sweep, and people would come in, and some could pay and some couldn't. And the ones who couldn't pay, I go, hey, Grandma, that guy didn't pay again. Her answer was, never mind. Never mind. My grandma really taught me about paying it forward and the value of doing that. It's the foundation of our business. And when people know they can come to our school and it's month to month and there's no 30-day cancel and we're going to serve them like heck, I can't believe it's not one of the biggest reasons why we're at 360 students in 23 months. Well, February, it's 2 months away, 22 months. I believe that. Because again, if you don't know me and you don't trust me yet, and I'm going to offer you no contracts, no enrollment fees, no belt fees, no hidden anything, that's powerful. This one dealership just reached out to me. He says, hey, my guy just told me that we couldn't match the lowest priced out there. Well, were you mindful to check if they're going to have delivery charges, they're going to have add-ons in the vehicle, and when it gets, they're going to say, hey, this thing is on the vehicle, and I got to charge you for it, right? It's like that movie Fargo. Remember when that guy was finagling going, I told you, don't put the undercoat on my car. Well, sir, that's the way it came from the factory, and I got to charge you $1,000. And he's going, no, I told you, don't do that, right? That scene really stands out with me. So I think it's very important that we are people of our word. What you say you're going to do, you better do. And if you advertise something in a Facebook ad or you offer them something and they come to their door, you might have that. Well, I saw this special for, I don't know, 3 classes in boxing gloves for $20, and you're telling me you don't have that special now? Well, that was our offer last week. The first 50 callers, BS. Honor it. Do it. And And we have that happen. Someone go, well, that was our special last month. I don't care if it was our special last month. If they're coming through the door and this new client who we're trying to build trust with expects us to offer them that amount, and get that special, we're going to honor it. A trial is a trial, right? We all agree a trial is a trial. A trial is a trial. So do you trust me? I want you to walk around your school today. I want you to ask every one of your parents. I want you to ask everybody on your team, right, without seeming like a Looney Tune, do you trust me? And if they do, then you're on the right track. If anyone says, well, that's a strange question, and they can't answer you point blank, then you need to go back and rethink your business plan, rethink the way you do business, rethink the way you live your life. Do you trust me? So I'm going to leave you with that today, and I hope you've heard it enough and it's resonating at a heart level, a mental level, a growth level, in every shape, way, and form. You need to be trusted, because remember, if people like you, they'll be your friend. If they trust you, they'll do business with you. You want people to do business with you, then they should trust you. And we see it. The fallout that's happening in our industry and many other industries. Somebody comes in with a slick boom, boom, boom. They've got everything down. Website looks great. They got the song. They sing it right. They guarantee you A, B, C, D, F. And then they don't deliver. Who's ever had that happen to them? Who's ever had that happen? Type it in. You don't have to tell me what company or what consultant or what service in our industry. But who's ever had somebody make all kinds of promises to you, take your money, and not deliver, ever? Go. Maybe it's just me. Type it in. Who's ever had at least one experience with a service in our industry, consultant, marketing, whatever, and they did not deliver upon what they promised? Go. I'm waiting. Type it in. Type it in. Type it in. Yep. Bill says, yep. That's one. Come on. Bill Piper says, yep, he's had somebody. Anybody else? Charles Jackson. Yes. Okay. Billy Wilcox. Yes. Keep going. Who's ever had some service in their life, consultant, marketing, some Facebook guru, some freaking, I don't know, click funnel, email marketing, targeting, who's ever worked with any of those companies or people, they said they were going to deliver and they did not? Go ahead. Anybody else feel that way? Who else feels that way? Go. Anybody else feel that way? Go. I got 3 yeses. Anybody else? I got a lot of people on this line. Who can say yes to that? All right. Well, you keep typing it in there. I'm getting thumbs up, and no one's going to put their John Hancock to it. Now, here's a second part of that. When that incident happened, right, and you realized they could not deliver on what they promised, they conveniently blamed you. You're scheduling. You're not doing it right. You're not following up. Who's ever been there? After they overpromise and don't deliver, then they blame you. Go. Who's been there? Anybody? Go ahead. Anybody? After they don't deliver and they take your money, they turn around and blame you. Go. Type it in. Take ownership. This is very, very important. It's very, very important. Because I'm the one that makes these choices in my business. Yep. Yes, sir. There you go, Bill. Bill Piper says, yep. Because I take accountability. They tell you it's always you. Isn't that right? It's always you. Wow. Look at the percentages. It's always you. Man, talk about ego. Talk about grandiose. And And for me, that's what makes being a consultant the hardest thing for me. Because everybody puts me in that category with the rest of them, and I'm fighting this uphill battle. But not a battle I can't win. So I recognize that. So the first thing we learn is we want everybody to trust us in our business. Number two, we hold ourselves at the highest level of accountability, and we will never say, it's you. Could you imagine looking at a parent and go, well, it's not us, it's you. Your kid freaking sucks. Your kid doesn't practice. Your kid has no focus. No way. Absolutely not. Now, I might have that little bubble over my head that feels that way because it's an insecurity as a human being. Am I inadequate? Do I suck as a teacher? So I got to take a defensive posture. No, I recognize my clients, my students, my parents, my members. They are my boss. They are my customers, and the customer is always right. They are. Now, we understand some people we can't serve. That's a different conversation. But it's so important to me. I want to build that trust. I want to earn that trust, and I want to maintain that trust. See, what I think is happening is a lot of these guys play the numbers game. They come in, they take your money, then they say it's you, and they're on to the next group. Boom, 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 boom. And that vicious cycle happens all the time. They tell you it's always you. They want you to, yeah, Charles, they tell it's you. And then what? You're going to tell me, Charles, they want you to upgrade to their super mega mastermind platinum program because the problem is you're not getting all of their services because all of their services you got to pay more for. Is that what it is? I heard that from one new client recently. He called up his consultant and his consultant yelled at him. And his consultant said, you don't pay me for that. You're on the basic program, and what you get for that basic program is this. I went, whoa, wow. Talk about ego. Talk about grandiose. Because without clients, you have no business. Without clients, you have no revenue. Oh my goodness. And when I heard that, I went, wow, and that person's a consultant. Ah. Ego is a very dangerous animal. And when we talk about building trust and earning trust, it's not like you are not going to make mistakes. You will make mistakes. And see, when you make a mistake, if you take ownership, you take accountability, and you make it good, I think you preserve that trust. You preserve the integrity of the relationship. Hey, and I tell people all the time, you were highly recommended. I saw your Yelp reviews. And, I know this mom. She said, you guys are the best in the whole wide world. I say, ma'am, we are not perfect, and we will make mistakes. And if we're not living up to that, then please let us know. And I promise you, we will make good. We will make adjustments. We will do what it takes. You feel me? So I think that's important to building trust. When people know, hey, I'm going to make mistakes, but I'll take ownership. I'll take accountability. But when people go, guarantee 100%, well, data says, put the big gold seal at your website. Put it there. Put that big gold seal that says 100% money back guarantee, right? Like the late night infomercial. Okay. I get it. It's like going on a first date and guaranteeing a girl that I'm going to be the best kisser in the world and that I'm going to be the best guy and I'm always going to hold the door and I'm never, come on. So Charles is saying, what you mean it's about some people you can't serve? Well, Chris, we know sometimes it's not a good fit, right? We know it's not. We get a lot of children with special needs and some are just out of our scope, and I've got to be humble enough to say, you know what? I can't serve you. Or maybe we have a class schedule that doesn't fit them and we try to make it work and we can't. We had somebody recently where the mom can't pick up the son for like another hour after his class ends. And we have to be mindful we're not a babysitting service. And this child's in our facility for an extra hour and we can't monitor and watch him. So his class ends and mom, because she's working, wants to leave him there for another hour till she can get him. And that's beyond our scope. You feel me? So that's what I mean, Chris. Charles is saying they want you to do their step by step. And when you have questions, they just follow the program. Yeah. Step by step, follow the program. Well, do you know what my values are? Or do you care? All right, Mr. Consultant, do you know what my vision is? Have you done a demographic study? No, everybody's the same. And McDonald's hamburger is the same in Idaho as it is in San Francisco. We're not talking about a $1.49 burger. We're talking about a premium service. A premium service. And we're not talking about a product. We're talking about a service. And service varies just like rent varies. The price of my home, what I could get in Florida, would be a mansion. So that's just absolutely not true. So don't lump us in with that. Cool? And so that's really, really important, Charles, is I find the success of my consulting is what I really try to do is understand your values, understand your vision, understand what you want for your life. Not everybody wants multiple schools. Not everybody cares about being a multimillionaire. Some people would be extremely happy with 200 students, a second, person teaching so they can take 2 to 3 weeks vacation a year. They can be in their kids' swimming class, and go to the recital, the different things. That's all they want. And that's okay. Who am I to tell you what your success should be? It should be my goal as a mentor to help guide you and give you the knowledge to fulfill that. I don't want to give you a fish you eat for a day. I want to teach you to fish. And that's very important. So going back to, do you trust me? Do you trust me? That's all this is about, folks. And if people don't trust you, they will not do business with you. So if there's anything in your business that you feel is a little bit shady or doubtful or unethical, change it immediately. Change it immediately. So like I shared, and my cousin said that was great. He says, you know how many refunds Walmart has and Target? A lot. A lot, a lot. But you know how much revenue they generate? So we're happy to refund money. We're happy to give it back if they're unhappy, because we believe on the flip side of that, we're going to gross more because people trust the fact that if we don't do our job well, we're going to take full accountability and not say, it's you. You didn't do it right. Right? Or you need my upgrade program. We would never do that. So I happily refund $22,000 between 2 locations. For the main reason is people will still trust us. People will still value that relationship. And on the back end, we're going to do 1.7 million. Cool? So do you trust me? I want you to tattoo that on your forehead today. Ask everybody around you, do you trust me? Ask your parents, ask your students, ask your team. And if there's anything they're doubtful on, go out there and own it. All right? This is Brannon Beliso. If you want to know more about me and my services, find me at Facebook, find me at Instagram, find me at Pinterest, Snapchat, Ripple now. Go to brannonbeliso.com. All righty, folks. Until we talk again, you go out there and live your best life.